Another thing I'd like to share with you about your starter is when you are storing it to ferment for 5 days, do not put a lid on the starter and close it airtight. You don't want to do that because the air and the CO2 needs to go inside the jar for the yeast to be able to come in and activate, and you want the air, CO2, and the yeast to come together for that starter to activate. So what I recommend instead, you can use a cheesecloth, or in this case just a washcloth, and just have it about halfway open a little bit, and take a rubber band and seal it around the top of your jar. And this allows the starter to breathe, and also you don't run any risk of it overflowing and going all over your counter, which is a real mess. Now I have a starter here that I started November 9th. Today is Saturday, November 14th, and this is a starter that I made on Monday, November 9th. And as you can see, the liquid and the solids have separated like oil and water would do. And before you use any kind of starter, you want to take a wood spoon and blend that really well to be able to get the wet and the solid ingredients together to activate really well. This is when you know you have a good starter, when the fluid's on top and the dry ingredients are on the bottom. A tip I'd like to share with everyone out there is when you have any kind of dry ingredients like flour or sugar, don't leave your measuring cups or spoon inside the containers. What happens is anything that's on the cup or spoon can get into your flour or sugar and actually contaminate the whole batch of flour or sugar. And you don't want this to happen. You want to keep your flour in an airtight container in a cool, dry place like your pantry. Never store flour in the refrigerator, because what happens is the grains that are supposed to activate with the baking soda and the yeast will not work any longer. So keep it in a plastic container, preferably one with a lid tight seal. If you can't find a lid tight seal, put some plastic around it and just get a wide rubber band and just seal it up. Alrighty, there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to make a